Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. In today's video I want to discuss the progression of my Raiz Emerald account in the month of September 2020 and how my account has fared throughout the market volatility, how it's compared to the major indexes, and just a little bit about my life in general throughout the very difficult circumstances in Victoria. So with all that said, let's get right into it. First of all, let's have a look at what I've been contributing. As you can see, I've continued my usual cadence of $100 a day. It is important to note, however, I did get one referral reward this month, and that is because a fan of mine reached out to me and asked to use my referral code, not because I put it out there or spam it out. As you guys probably know, I'm anti-referral link spamming, and I will never display referral links on my YouTube channel because I kind of detest that. So I just want to say a thank you to Tamara for very graciously selecting me to use my referral code. But for the rest of the month, it's just been $100, the roundups, and if we go right down, we can actually see the August 2020 fees, which came to $7.81, so hardly significant in the grand scheme of things, and certainly not worthy of stressing about or moving my money elsewhere. So with all that said, let's move on to the performance. So for the past month, we're actually down $123, which, considering the momentum of the major indexes in a downward manner, is not too bad at all. And I'm actually surprised that the account held up this well. On the 3-month time frame, we're up $1,225. On the 6-month time frame, we are up $2,988, so around 10% according to the 6 months. I don't know why the thumbnail and the mobile app shows a slightly different figure. I don't know if it's some issue with synchronization or something on Raiz's end, but you know, it is what it is. This is probably the real figure right here. And for the 1 year, we're up $734, so about 3.13%, and that's obviously due to the great big dip here in March. And all time, we're up around 2%. And keep in mind that this is the worst economic downturn in a generation. I know people are going to talk a whole bunch of crap about the returns and all that, but this is a snapshot of a very bad part of time. Like, it can't be overstated enough how much of a recessionary environment we're in, and especially Australian stock market has suffered significantly. So just bear that in mind. I'm actually surprised that I'm still up, to be honest, and I'm the type of person and have the type of mentality that I don't really care if I'm down for a couple of years. I'm not touching this for 10 years, maybe more, so I'm not all that stressed about it at all. And just on a sort of upcoming milestone, the account itself is actually reaching towards $40,000, which is actually pretty incredible. And it seems like these milestones come quicker and quicker now. I don't focus as much on my account day to day anymore, and I just sort of let it grow in the background of my life. And just to think, 2 years ago, I was this much in debt, even more, and to have turned such a corner is quite a watershed moment for me, really. And with all that said, let's actually have a look at how ETHI and RARI, the two ETFs in this portfolio, have held up against the major indexes. So if we look at RARI, for the 1 month, it is down 1.3%. If we look at the ASX 200, it is down 2%. So the Raiz Australian shares ETF actually did better. The RARI ETF actually fared better than the general index. And if we have a look at ETHI, which is the more international US-based tech and health and all that manner of thing ETF, where are we? It's down 0.68%, and if we compare that to, say, the S&P 500, which is down over 4.5%, or if we compare it even to the NASDAQ, which is down over 5%, you can see that the portfolio has actually handled this volatility quite well, and I'm really impressed with how well it's held on, and in conjunction with all the bonds that are present in the portfolio, it's barely lost anything. As you can see, it's down 1/3% in a reasonably volatile month, and in the next few months there's a good chance there's going to be more volatility like this. You've got the upcoming US election and the continuing sort of pandemic impacting upon things, so I expect the run up to November to be pretty eventful, to be perfectly honest, and I'm prepared for that, and I'm not exactly easily shaken out by such occurrences. One thing I do want to say, and that I've noticed recently, is the bigger the account gets, obviously, the more the day-to-day swings become more extreme. Like, it's not uncommon for the account to go up or down by $1,000 or more in a day, and I can't imagine what it's going to be when this account's at like 100,000 or 200,000. It's probably going to be pretty obscene. I've never sort of had this amount of money invested outside of my super, so just experiencing and seeing those day-to-day fluctuations, it can be quite extreme, and it's not something I'm scared of. It's just more of a fascinating phenomena. But aside from that, life in Victoria, and from my personal experience, it's been a tough time for everybody. It really, really has, but there is light at the end of the tunnel. We do seem to be slowly returning to a normal cadence of life, and hopefully the lockdown and the restrictions are eased somewhat. A few days ago, some of the initial restrictions were starting to be eased, and perhaps by the end of October we can have somewhat of a normal business cadence. Work is slowly starting to pick up again, thankfully, and I'm hoping that in the next few weeks I'll be back to working 5-6 days a week, which will be nice. I'll be able to continue to contribute at this level without having to sort of eat away at my holiday time and use all that to keep things going. But overall, I'm happy with how things are going, and to be perfectly fair, the extra time and time off, it's nice. It gives me time to rest and relax, and I haven't been stressed by all this, to be honest, and I'm just trying to do little things to keep my mind occupied, like making these videos and interacting with my fledgling subscriber community and on the Raiz Facebook group and all that sort of thing. And I really want to empower people to invest and be financially savvy, and hopefully someone somewhere who watches this video takes some inspiration from me and uses it to change their own life for the positive. And I'm trying to put a little more effort into my videos and make my thumbnails a little prettier and make rudimentary editing additions to the videos so the people will actually want to watch them. But you know, as always, if you guys like this video or like any of my videos, don't forget to like them and subscribe if you haven't already. And with all that said, I'll just say I hope things go well for you in life and in investing. My name is Rich, and I will catch you guys in the next one.